There are tons of business podcasts to choose from, but only one has the stamp of approval. Kristin Stampini is South Florida's leading real estate entrepreneur and your trusted source for everything real estate.
Hi, I would like to welcome my listeners and thank you for joining us today for another episode of my podcast, The Stamp of Approval. I'm Kristin Stampini, co-founder of the Stampini Platinum Real Estate Group with RE/MAX in Boca Raton, Florida. I'm also a certified real estate coach with Craig Proctor and the owner of Global Virtual Real Estate Assistants. You may have heard us on the radio. I'm also a real estate investor, a national trainer and public speaker, and a certified inside sales agent trainer. The Stamp of Approval podcast was launched to share and educate other realtors, consumers, and other business owners across North America by sharing value and content to my listeners in each and every episode, as well as share my experiences, my triumphs, my failures, my strengths throughout it all, and throughout my entire life. And with the hope of my audience being able to expand their knowledge on every real estate business, sales, and mindset oriented. So today is my friend Tracy King. Tracy and Chris King are great friends of mine and amazing realtors in Tennessee. And Tracy and Chris have 12 years of real estate sales experience in real estate investing themselves. And they're going to close nearly 500 transactions this year. They've sold over 2,000 properties, mostly investment properties, and over $300 million in real estate sales. And just so you guys can, know in real estate, the average agent sells anywhere usually between 2 and 10 properties per year, depending on their location. So 500 transactions. Tracy's previous career was in the steel service center industry, and he grew a company from 900,000 annual sales to over 10 million in annual sales in just 5 short years. Tracy's the husband of his partner, Chris, and Chris and Tracy have been together for 16 years, and they have awesome 5 children between them and 13 grandchildren. And Tracy's big why is, to help impact other people and to prosper. So today what we're going to be talking about is the best kept secrets and where and how to buy cash flow properties. Now, just so everybody on here knows, I just bought a property from Tracy, September 28th, we closed on it. So just recently, and in my first month, we made close to $4,000. So you want to talk about a great cash flow property. Wow. I'm getting ready to buy another one right now. So anyways, welcome, Tracy.
Hey, thanks, Kristin. Hey, that's awesome. That's a great story there. Just first month out, $4,000 and rental income.
You know what, Tracy? I just got 6 days. I just had somebody sign. That's the first time that somebody's rented for 6 full days. That just came through. 6 full days and $2,000 for 6 days.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's next month. That's towards next month. So that's not even this month. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's awesome.
So tell us about investing, and tell us about, where and how to buy cash flow properties, and not just in your area, but other areas. And then absolutely tell us where you're at and how people are doing as well.
Yeah. Well, I think, cash flow properties, everybody needs to look at it to where you take your total operating expense, of course, and you take your revenue, and it's pretty simple from there. But how do you find them? Not a lot of people are selling those. I mean, the trade that we've picked up on, what's special about what we do is we know how to turn the properties that aren't performing well. We know what to do to make them perform well.
So give us an example.
Well, for example, my wife and I just bought a 6-bedroom cabin, and the cabin, I don't know, the owner did about 70,000 a year with it. And we went in and we added two really nice games like the putt-putt game, golf game you can play. It's a video game. You've got a car racing game. We updated some of the furniture, and we took a couple of queens beds in there, made them king size beds, and we're doing some flooring. We haven't done that yet, but we're going to do some flooring and change out some flooring, update it a little bit. So with that, so we're going to spend probably 20 grand. And with that 20 grand, though, we're going to take that cabin. That cabin's going to do at least 100 grand a year. In rental income.
100 grand of rental income a year?
Yes, every bit of it.
Wow. So what do you think your ROI, which is, just so everybody knows, my listeners, return on investment, what do you think our return on investment will be for that?
Oh, my goodness. You know what? I've got a pro forma on that here somewhere. I can pull it up so I can look at it because I don't have it in front of me.
No problem. While you're pulling it up, just so everybody knows when, and while you're pulling it up, and I can just talk a little bit about, because I'm an investor as well. So we own multiple properties. This is the first property we actually bought outside of the state of Florida. So I was a little bit, I like things pretty much close to me, right? But in Florida, I don't feel that the return on investment is a little bit, you can get things at 7 and 8% return on investment today, but you can't get things at 12, 14, 16, 18% like you can in Tennessee. So I did a lot of research, and because I am an investor, I was able to, and with Tracy's help and his team and everything else, really looking at the return on investment. So one of the things I knew, and one of the things I love about that I bought in Tennessee, is those things they have, are furnished. It's already furnished. So I found a really cute place that, my husband and I loved. And we said, wow, we would definitely stay there. So and then we kind of looked at, the return on investment and how much it's going. And that's what Tracy's team is so good at, is helping you through that and figuring out your return on investment. And like he said, do you need to put some color, or do you need to make it a little more homey, or do you need to add, in that area, hot tubs are really, hot tubs and games and things like that are really important, right? To rent the cabin. So anyways, did you find it, Tracy?
I did.
Okay.
And if you're talking about cash on cash, and this is me putting 20% down and us putting another 20 grand into it, our ROI is going to be at 23%.
Wow, 23% ROI? I don't know of that here in Florida right now.
No, I don't know about any.
Yeah, or anywhere. That's true.
But normally we're running 15% and higher on cash.
Yeah, that's crazy. So one of the things is I just had the pleasure of seeing Tracy, which I see, him and Chris and Tanner often. And so I just had the pleasure of spending time with you guys recently. And one of the things is, just from my success so quickly in buying a real estate property, I was able, getting other people interested. And now my brother wants one, and other friends, and et cetera. So tell us a little bit more. So what is the draw? Because people keep saying to me, what do people want to go to Pigeon Forge for? Now here in Florida, okay, being from Michigan, because I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan, when I talk to my friends there, they're like, oh yeah, we go to Pigeon Forge all the time. Well, being from Florida, you don't see that so much. So what is the draw there?
Well, the draw is it has the most visited national park in the country, which is the Great Smoky Mountains. We have just going to the mountains themselves, we're running really like a little over 11 million people a year. But the town, Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, Sevierville, we get about 17, 18 million visitors a year.
Wow.
Yeah. Another thing that people may not realize is we're second to Las Vegas. We have the most weddings.
The most weddings there? Wow.
Second to Las Vegas, yeah.
Well, Vegas, sure, I can understand that, but you're the second place.
Yeah, we're second. That's correct.
Well, and you know what? One thing that really, first of all, it's affordable. So, property range can, go from a couple hundred on up, okay, depending on what you're looking for. But the other thing is your taxes, your property taxes. Now here in Florida, you're looking at about, it can be 2%, which is still, still good compared to some areas in the country, but there is unheard of. Okay. So like I bought a place for a couple $100,000 or, less than actually, but, a couple $100,000-ish on up, for $550 a year in property taxes. And the attorney that did our closing, your attorney, Tracy, said that they only review property taxes every 7 years.
Yeah.
So 550, your return on investment just on that alone is what turned me on. And when he said that they only review it every 7 years, because I guess the visitors, anyways, whatever, other people pay it. But $550 a year for a $200,000 property?
Yeah, my taxes on this cabin that we just closed on is only $1,800 a year.
Wow, that's crazy.
6-bedroom cabin.
So I figured my expenses on mine alone, and hello? Oh, and I did it in a self-directed IRA, my property, but mine, so monthly I had, electric, and then my insurance is like $1,500 a year. Okay, so that's, $125, $150 a month. And then cable and insurance was like $120 and taxes were $500. So basically my, my full expenses a month are only $400. So if I am cash flowing at, let's say 40,000 average, because I guess the average really a month is about 20 days average stay at least. Okay, because obviously in the summer it's every day, and in winter it's not. So average, let's say 20 days, and that's what I figured it on. And let's say I'm doing 40,000. That's 35,000 in return. That's like 20% ROI.
I know. Yeah. So, Kristen, there's other reasons. Some people don't know the area. It's very affordable, family friendly area. It's very affordable vacation. 78% of the U.S. population can drive here in a day or less. It has, I don't know if people ought to look it up, but Dollywood, it has an amusement park called Dollywood. Dollywood's was voted 10 best electrifying amusement parks for 2017. The city of Pigeon Forge in 2017 was voted the top 10 destination on the rise by TripAdvisor. There's this, we can go on and on and on. There's a lot of development money being spent here. There's probably, I don't know, goodness gracious, in the last 4 or 5 years, it's hundreds of millions of dollars been invested here by developments. The latest one we had was Anakista Adventure Park in Gatlinburg. It was a $47 million, 72-acre outdoor area adventure park with a gondola ride, a dining, shopping, zip line, mountain coaster, a tree canopy walk, children's playground. I mean, so there's people that believe in the area. They're spending millions of dollars knowing that this is an up and coming area.
Up and coming. It's I haven't even been able to touch even 1% of the things that are in the area. Definitely the parks are gorgeous and everything else too. So full family, kids, not kids, because Mark and I don't, we just, bring our, we're planning on bringing our family and stuff, but there's so many, how many different things do you have to choose from? There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things.
Yeah, there's dinner shows, theater productions, high energy theater productions, all kinds of different things to choose from. Go-karts, putt-putt golf. Just about anything you can imagine we pretty much have it here.
And what I recommend and they also do fireworks every night, during high season as well, is definitely Google Dollywood. And look at all the things that are there. It's absolutely amazing. We had our cabin, we got it because I wanted it to be up in the Smoky Mountains kind of stuff, to have that feel, but it's still only 10 minutes, from Dollywood. So anyways, so tell us the average price points and things that, and what people can do as far as in investing in the area, and what different, what different things they can buy and they can do, and how much they can look at making.
Yeah, so there's a whole wide variety of what you can buy here. There's right now the what's on retail. There's not a lot in the market because it's just a little bit tighter, but there's some. I mean, you found one is retail, so there's some out there. You just have to be patient, and you have to act quickly when we bring it to you. But I would say something around the 250 to 300 range, you can get in we can get you in something. Less than that, it could be a little bit challenging. The revenues, you're going to make something. We'll put you in a position where you'll make 15+% on cash return.
Wow, that's awesome. And you can have the choice. You can either manage it yourself, or there's hundreds of management companies that can manage it for you there. Correct?
That's correct. That's correct. And we know the best ones in the county, and it's a hands-off operation. I mean, I've got a cabin I haven't seen in months. I just haven't had the need to go look at it, and I live here. But it's really a hands-off investment, and they take care of everything for you. The good ones do, and they keep you posted on what kind of repairs might be needed. It's coming up or anything. So it's really hands-off. You can live pretty well anywhere, and this thing just rolls on.
Yeah, so we decided to self-manage ours, and which is actually, once we got it set up, it's pretty easy. So it's been quite easy for us. But you have a choice, right? That's what's so great. You have a choice of what you want to do and everything else, and what you want to buy and the different investments. And Tracy and his team can help you all the way. So Tracy, just to wrap this up, just, give us a couple closing statements. And then after that, if you can, anybody who's listening to this, make sure you let Tracy know when you call the number that you heard it from the podcast, okay, from the Stamp of Approval podcast, and let them know how to reach out to you if they want more information.
Yeah, that's great. So yes, please let me know that you've heard us here at the Stamp of Approval podcast. To reach me would be best is to call my office at 865-365-2280. That's 865-365-2280. That would be awesome.
Okay. And the other thing is you guys help people every step of the way, right? So they don't have to be nervous about buying in Tennessee, and they don't have to be, if they're first time investors and things like that. What I notice is from the people that I talk to there is that there's multiple investors that have multiple properties, okay? Because they buy one just like we did, and then they see it, and then they want to buy another and another and another. But they don't have to be nervous. You guys help them every step of the way, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, so I'm an investor myself, so I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm looking for. I'll help you through the lender. We have lenders that are local that are, that's, I think, is very important. And we have we're not in property management, but we have relationships with the best property managers in the area. And so we help you through that process. Anything you need insurance wise, or handyman, or anything you need, we have that whole entire list and whole entire package. So yeah, it's easy. It's almost like pressing a button.
Yeah, that's what's so awesome. Well, yeah. Tracy, once again, thank you. Really appreciate you here today, and sharing all your knowledge in investment properties and investing in real estate. And thank you.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you to all my listeners. Bye, everybody.